A blessed day, everyone. This is Ailene Mendoza, and I'm presenting to you the continuation on the issues related to instructional planning. One of the issues faced in instructional planning is the level of instruction. The content structure facilitates the teacher to achieve different objectives and to create the appropriate learning environment. The objectives of learning and the learning conditions fall on the same continuum. Therefore, instruction has to be viewed on a continuum which ranges from the thoughtless to the thoughtful mode. The same content can be taught through different learning conditions and at a different level by planning instruction in different ways. We have three levels of instruction. We have memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. Under memory level, for passing on information to students, the teacher may decide that students should memorize and retain the factual material. This type of learning is called memory level learning. The teacher presents the content in a manner that is meaningful to the students. He may give examples or link the content with earlier experiences of the students. Generally, mathematical tables, spellings, Sanskrit grammar, symbols, etc. are taught by arranging instruction at memory level. So, makikita natin dito, we have spelling bees, spelling practice with Scrabbles, guess the logos. Sa memory level kasi, it's more on memorization, rote learning, and recall of facts. And it's usually used or applied under primary levels kasi dito pa lang binubuo yung foundation ng mga bata. Dito pa lang sila natututo. So, wala pa silang masyadong knowledge or prior knowledge sa mga bagay-bagay. Kaya, mabuting i-apply ito sa mga primary levels. Next, we have understanding level. If the teacher wants that the students should be able to apply the learned content in different situations, he or she should help them observe and discover the nature of the problems before solving it. The instruction will be so arranged that the students can assimilate the content at mastery level and apply the knowledge so gained in different situations. This level of instruction is called the understanding level. The learner is given an opportunity to practice the learned content on his own because this type of learning is highly individualized. So we have here flashcards, charts, and models under understanding level. Ito yung mga pwede nating gamitin. Kasi, halimbawa dito sa may flashcards, makikita natin yung element lanthanum, then nakalagay na rin doon yung uses or the application. They will be able to learn or understand the application of lanthanum. We have here also chart of the periodic table of elements together with the application of each element. Also, we have models here. So, mapapansin natin na yung mga ideas, knowledge na napag-aralan nila ay natutunan na nilang i-apply sa mga outputs nila. So, we have here lungs, working model, animal cell model, car powered by batteries, eclipse model, and a motor rotor model. Reflective level. Instruction may be arranged at the reflective level wherein the learner is engaged in original, imaginative, and critical approach to the subject and thus deep thinking. The learner is made to examine facts, classify facts, and formulate appropriate generalizations. The instructional process at the reflective level should develop a classroom atmosphere which is more alive and exciting, more critical and penetrating, and more open to fresh and original thinking. Such a mode of inquiry leads to productive work. This type of instructional process is called reflective level instructions, and it is aimed at developing problem-solving and creative thinking ability. It also means thinking deeply about something. Reflective level of teaching is considered to be the highest level at which teaching is carried out. It is highly thoughtful and useful. A student can attain this level only after going through memory level and understanding level. Example, in Filipino, in the reflective level, they are able to create their own haikus, tanka, and tanaga. Sa TLE naman, ito yung sa output nila sa cookery. So, after learning the concepts, the ideas, and the skills, they are able to apply this in the real life scenarios. Lalo na kapag nag-apply sila ng mga trabaho, pwede na lang i-apply dito. Na re-realize nila, napaponder nila yung kahalagahan ng mga natutunan nila sa klase. Another issue related to planning of instruction is how learning is to be organized. Any good and useful system for ordering and presenting content is rooted in the principles of learning psychology. First, the most important factor that influences new learning is what the learner already knows, meaning new learning is built on prior learning. The more we understand about what students already think, and the more we help them engage their prior understandings, the more likely they are to learn well, and the less likely they are to misinterpret the material in our courses or learnings. Secondly, most concepts can be explained at many levels of generality. The highest or most general level being the most easily understood, and the lowest or more specialized level being more difficult. Any stage of learning and understanding is built on previous, more general levels. Every concept, be it broader or more specific, has certain subconcepts, and each of these subconcepts are interrelated to each other. For example, human body is a broader concept, and head, trunk, limbs, and skin, and others are subconcepts. If a person understands the structure underlying any one of these concepts, he can potentially understand other concepts. Students are the most important factor in the instructional process. The teacher cannot develop educational objectives and formulate desirable outcomes unless he or she has an intimate understanding of the student's needs and interests. It need not be emphasized that an instructional system which takes into account the needs and interests of students has far greater chances of achieving objectives. An effective instructional system is always built upon the student's needs and interests. Why it is important to understand students' needs and interests. As a teacher, you might think it's obvious that you should get to know your students. But how well do you really know the young people who are in your class? Taking a bit of time and care to get to know them as individuals can make you more effective and impactful teacher. Beyond just finding out your students' names, ages, friendship groups, and family backgrounds, it's important to dig a bit deeper and discover their learning interests and strengths. First, know your students' learning strengths. While one student might excel in arts and creative subjects, Their friend at school might find that math, sports, and science are more suited to their skills. As it is said that individuals are unique. Every students rather have their learning strengths and weaknesses, and as a teacher, you must know it. Next, learn who your students are. Getting to know who your students are as individuals can help you to provide an inclusive, respectful, and accepting classroom environment. This will not only help to keep your students highly engaged in learning, but will also provide a safe space for them when navigating tough times that will encourage them to open up and seek support when needed. Some students may feel too shy to speak up in classroom discussions and may not enjoy large group tasks or volunteering to deliver presentations as much as another student might. Instead, these students could feel more comfortable expressing their views through online forums, one-on-one conversations, or via suggestion boxes. Allowing for these differences by using a variety of teaching strategies can help all students experience success while developing their confidence in other areas. Knowing whether a student prefers to watch a movie, play a computer game, read a book, or be outdoors can help you to build an authentic and meaningful relationship with them. Chat with a student who enjoys gaming, the latest video games, or suggest a book to a student who you know likes to read. This can build trust and show students that you are genuinely interested in their lives outside of the classroom. Lastly, provide students with opportunities to explore key interests. Understanding your students' interests will help you to provide them with quality learning opportunities. By giving them the opportunity to explore areas they are interested in, they will be more likely to engage with the learning process. It's important not to assume that just because a student excels at a particular subject, sport, or creative endeavor, that this is their passion. Give your students time and opportunities to explore their interests and to discover what they truly love to do, so they can develop their knowledge and the skills needed to succeed in the areas they are passionate about. There are lots of practical ways students can be encouraged to pursue their interests. Some might need a bit of guidance to join youth advisory and interest groups. For example, youth climate coalitions, like that. Membership of such groups can enhance students' sense of belonging as they learn to use their voice for change and advocacy.